is a Jivanmukta? It is someone who has attained liberation while living in the body. One is completely free from everything, including the body and mind. One is not attached to anything in this world, but yet they're still living in it. They're living in the world, but they're not of the world. One is free from suffering. One is free from desires. But they can look very ordinary. No one would know that they're liberated. In fact, that's kind of the misconceptions with the Jivanmukta, is the misconceptions are actually all projections from others, from the limited mind of others that are projecting those limitations onto one who has gone beyond the mind and is free. It's all these projections that they're projecting onto freedom itself. The Jivanmukta is beyond the body, beyond the mind, completely free. Spirit itself. Jivanmukta can be said to be someone who is self-realized. And this realization has matured and the realization is permanent. There's no doubt about it. One is abiding as spirit itself, as the self, as source. One has directly experienced God, source, whatever you want to call it. That they have realized that they are one with source. Just like the wave is in the ocean and the ocean is in the wave. The source of the wave is the ocean. The source of creation is in the individual. And the individual is in the source of creation. The two are not separable. And at the time of liberation, there's a merging, like the wave merging back into the ocean. And the illusion of separation, that there's a wave and there's an ocean, that's dropped. That's what the freedom is from. The freedom from illusion of separation, that there's a wave and that there's an ocean. In reality, there is no wave and an ocean. There's just the ocean. And that's what's realized. So there's a freedom from that illusion. So the Jivanmukta has this constant realization, knowing the ultimate truth. that it's an illusion. But the body-mind continues to go on, appears to be just like anyone else, so normal that no one can tell. But from the Jivanmukta's perspective, you can say, is there's no individual anymore. The individual has dissolved, just like the individual drop of water. It merges, it dissolves, it merges into the ocean. When you drop a drop of water into the ocean, where is the drop of water? It simply just becomes the ocean. So the Jivanmukta has lost his or her individual identity. That identity is no more, it's dissolved. And what remains is the universal identity, the universal source. Which is everything, including others who have not realized that. And that's really the only difference, is the Jivanmukta has directly realized their true nature as source, one with source. And when there's that merging, there's no one with something. There's not two. There's just one. So it's like a fully realized embodiment of God. But everything is that same embodiment of God. Everything is God. But if it's not directly realized, it's just either believed or not believed. But it needs to be realized. So they're very much a realized master. They're very much free, a free spirit, not bound to anything. And like I said, as they appear to be completely normal, no one else would be able to tell. It's impossible to tell. But from their perspective, one is completely absorbed in source, God, stillness, silence, and everything else in life that's appearing and disappearing. Everything else is just a movement. One remains in that silence and stillness. One is beyond time, everything that's coming and going, that has a starting and an ending to it. One experiences source, God, in everything, everyone. And all those experiences, everyone, everything, is experienced in source, in God. And because there's that merging of the wave merging into the ocean, and there's no more wave, there's just the ocean, then from the perspective of the Jivanmukta, everything is itself, is himself, herself, but not as an individual, as the universal. All the waves in the ocean are the ocean from the ocean's perspective. From the individual wave perspective, every wave is separate from the one wave. And you can say that's the illusion of separation, where the ocean forgets itself, forgets its true nature, pretends to be a wave, and the wave is in search of the ocean, not realizing it is the ocean. And when that realization is made, and there's the surrender, the wave surrenders to the ocean, the individual self surrenders to the universal self. The mind surrenders to God. The limited self surrenders to infinity. That surrendering is a complete merging, dissolving, deconstruction, melting, whatever you want to use. But it's simply no more. It's simply no more. But there still appears to be a body and a mind. But from the perspective of the Jivanmukta, it's freedom from the mind, freedom from the body, freedom from a lot of the things, shouldn't say a lot, all of the things that keep others in bondage, keep others in delusion and in illusion, because the truth has not been realized by others. But in truth, there are no others. There are no other waves. There's just the one ocean. But what needs to happen in order for that shift, you can say, in order for the liberation, is the truth. The ultimate truth must be realized. The true nature of the wave. The nature of the wave. The source of the wave. The source of the wave is the ocean. There's only the ocean. The essence of a wave is water. There's only water.